Hi everyone, this is Jeanette with Janda Panda Treasures, and I am going to read some more of this farm journal of Wapello. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I should probably do a Google pronunciation on it, but anyway, let's see. Wapello is the county seat of Louisa County in Iowa. So I ended on July 4th, 1899, and I did do a little bit more research. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Joe and Nick's road trip, but I will put a link in the description. There's some interesting facts there. These towns, Eldon, Birmingham, and Hedrick, are all like within an hour and 15 minutes from Wapello. And this particular video that Joe and Nick's road trip did went to these three towns. And very interesting. And I did note the population in 1900. Eldon, Iowa had a 1,850 population. Birmingham had a 622 population, and Hedrick had 1,035 population. But also interesting is this Eldon, Iowa. There's American Gothic, a very famous painting. It's the, couple with a pitchfork. It's a painting by Grant Wood, and that is in Eldon, Iowa, that location. And that was painted actually in 1930 or created. Anyway, famous Americana there, Heartland, America. Anyway, I'm going to go through a little bit of this, and then I've got some pieces of jewelry that might or might not have been around this era. But also, I have these doorknobs, these glass doorknobs. These are from Victorian House. And this is typical of the hardware that you would find probably in the nicer sections of the homes, like the parlors and the dining room, any of the fancy areas, and maybe all of them. But these are heavy glass. And anyway, these were salvaged. This one happens to have a crack in it. But they are usable. So, when you see stuff like this and you think it might fit in something that you're doing, these would make great pieces like to hold towels in a bathroom or a coat in an entryway, because these are heavy. As long as they're, put in there correctly, these would look really cool. Anyway, so there's that. All right, so we left off on July 4th, 1899, which was a Tuesday. And I'll reread July 4th. And this one says, rainy this forenoon, quit about noon, but did not clear off. The young Wilsons came over in the morning. Our girls and Ed and Will, Carrie and Molly Rock went to Burlington. Okay, that's another town that's in that area. Did not get home until after 10 at night. Cyrus and family, Irwin and family, Alva, Maggie, Gladys, and Clarence, Elva Wilson, and Anna Patterson were here until bedtime. We had cake, berries, and ice cream, and a lot of fireworks for amusement. We had a very enjoyable time. How thankful we should be for the society of the children. Okay, Wednesday, July 5th. It has been terrible hot today. I worked at Nina's thin white dress and helped with housework. Nina and Carrie went to Grant's and got made ice cream to the church to serve after their business meeting, which convenes after prayer meeting. Okay. The young folks all went. I am here alone. Theodore has plowed corn all day. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably just continue reading for about approximately a half an hour. I'll show you some of the jewelry pieces that I have that, could have been adorning some of the dresses, etc. Thursday, July 6th, quite warm, but not as warm as yesterday. Anna and Lita were here all day. Theodore plowed all day. The girls and Carrie whipped potato bugs in the afternoon. I don't know what that means. I sewed some more at Nina's thin dress and helped with housework. Theodore and Nina went to practice some music for Mr. Swan's funeral after supper. So Mr. Swan passed away. July 7th, we all went to the funeral in the forenoon, sewed some in the afternoon. Theodore plowed in the afternoon. July 8th, I churned, baked bread and pies and helped with the general housework. It has got quite cool. Theodore plowed. July 9th, all went to church except me. I was not well. Had toothache last night and today. July 10th, the girls and Carrie washed the clothes. Scarcely got dry until there was a heavy shower of rain. Theodore finished crossing the corn. Carrie hoed and fixed the plunge rod in the afternoon. It is warmer. And over here it says, I finished Nina's thin dress. Okay. Tuesday the 11th, this has been a hot day. Theodore took the hogs to the depot. Carrie went with them to Chicago. Okay, so there you go. Nina ironed and helped with the housework. I patched a suit of underclothes for Theodore, fixed a dress for Nina, made 2 sheets. And then over here it says, Theodore and I went to town, got a stove in the evening. Okay. And then it says Theodore plowed some in the afternoon up here. July 12th, hot. Nina and Molly picked berries a while. Then Theodore and Nina went to town and fetched the gasoline. I don't know. Looks like she's trying to spell gasoline. Stove? I don't know. I don't know what that equates to. Cyrus and Theodore bought a mower. Theodore moved the down oats in the corner next the dowels. He and Nina went to prayer meeting. I'm thinking these prayer meetings are social gatherings. We canned some fruit. This is Thursday the 13th. We canned some fruit and did odd turns. Okay. Theodore put up the oats he mowed. Cyrus came and commenced cutting the standing oats. Theodore shocked. I don't know. Theodore shocked. I don't know what that means. And then she crossed out, George Edgard came after dinner and shocked. She crossed it out. Shocked. Shut? I don't know. The young folks of the CE Society, the young folks, maybe, I don't know yet, had a sociable here at night. Anna and Lita were here after dinner while Molly went to town. Bird and children were here in the afternoon. Okay. July 14th. It sprinkled a little in the morning. Cyrus finished our oats. George Edgar plowed in the afternoon. He shocked in the forenoon. Shocked. Maybe that's a term for some sort of farming duty or job. Or in the forenoon, Molly and the children were here. Carrie came home from Chicago. July 15th. Theodore and George plowed. Molly baked bread and pies. Hot. I worked at my night dress. July 16th. This has been another hot day, hot, dry day. Rains passed around both north and south of and Theodore went to church in the morning. They all went at night except me. Did I miss anything over here? Let's take a look. Nope, nothing in the sidebars. July 17th, cooler this morning. Molly is washing. Carrie is trimming the apple trees in the young orchard. George is plowing. Robbie Hamilton came this morning to help Theodore. Nina is doing the housework. I churned this morning, fed the chickens, and attended to milk. Theodore something, and I drove to Cyrus after supper. Then when we came home, Carrie, Nina, and Molly got in and took a ride. All right. This is a Tuesday the 18th. This is a clear morning. There are few white clouds flying, and it is cool. Last night was quite cool. The clouds pass off, and it got hot towards night. Theodore and Cyrus is putting up hay to gather at Size. Theodore and I drove to town after supper.